Hi guys. Late night, smoky voiced, naked truth style vlog, because it's been a while since I posted anything to the channel, and I've had a thought in my head for the last 24 hours, and I kind of just want to get it out of my head and kind of organise it in a weird way. And I'm going to try and keep this relatively short because it has potential to be a very long video. And I will admit, this is probably my third take because I just got very tangented. But I kind of just want to talk about like what I've learned about being an introvert during lockdown, and like a couple of little kind of things I've learned about myself. And yeah, I think I've always been an introvert. Thinking back to primary school and secondary school, like I had very few friends, and even when I did have friends, I didn't really do like play dates very often. If I did, there was maybe one or two. It was very, very low level, and in secondary school, even when I did have friends, I most often identified my friends as belonging to other people in some way. Like, that's not my friend, that's my sister's friend. And it wasn't until university and then D&D as an adult that I really started to be like, oh, these people like me because of me, not because of my sisters, and kind of getting to grips with that. But one of the things that lockdown has taught me, and we've just had the UK anniversary of our first lockdown, a couple of things I already knew, or I could guess, but has been confirmed. I'm okay with my own company, generally. That's always been a thing where I've been alright to be by myself for extended periods of time. I'm okay with entertaining myself. I'm maybe not so positive. I'm very good at procrastinating and not doing things that I ought to do to fill out my time and make myself feel fulfilled, but also I'm very good at filling my time with nothing tasks, and the day goes. Like, it's very rare that I'm sat feeling unfulfilled, even if I'm not doing anything. I just, at the end of the day, look back and go, what have I done? Which is something I already knew about myself. I am eternally grateful for having a family that I get along with, who I already knew that I'm good with my own company, but I also know, and it's been reconfirmed, that you know, I do need people in my life. I need a support structure. I need someone that I can talk to, and I'm so glad to have a family that does that. Even if it's not an in-your-face, like, let's sit down and talk. It's a, do you want to do the crossword over dinner? Let's do the crossword over dinner. You okay? Okay. So that's all stuff that I already knew about myself. But something that lockdown specifically has taught me is there has been a fear that I've had my whole life in terms of like extreme introversion is the feeling, and it's very much duplicated online, where you go into a room and you feel like everyone's staring at you, and you feel like the moment you say anything that everyone will look at you, even if it's just like you just want to turn up to the party and everyone's having their nice conversations, and you turn up and you go, hi, I brought wine, and it feels like you're screaming at the whole room. And I feel like that's very easily duplicated to an online sense, where you can see people having a nice chat conversation and they're talking and they're all bantering and it's all fun, and you go in and you just want to be like, hi, just to let you know I'm not lurking anonymously, I'm not like watching your conversations creepily, I'm just here, hi. And immediately it feels like you're interrupting the flow of every conversation. It feels like you've sucked the life out of that conversation, and that's kind of led me on to my revelation regarding being an introvert, which is not necessarily the feeling of being seen, but the feeling that in being myself in a scenario where it's predominantly high charisma extroverts, that in being myself I am sucking the life out of the party, not just interrupting it, but the act of being really true to who I am is harming the natural flow of everyone else. And I know that's not necessarily a truthful perception of events, but that's how it feels to me at the moment, where I want to participate, and I think that's something I didn't realise quite as much until lockdown. Is with lockdown, the way that my life has changed is I'm less active. This year has been the least I've been working. I've been mostly on furlough for over a year. And so my friends who have got childcare responsibility, or their works have picked up crazily, or their life stresses have picked up crazily, or because their work has depleted, they're then doing extra work on the side to try and build up what they need for future employment, or multitasking, or splitting their careers, or, you know, they're on furlough from one place so they're working in 2 or 3 other different channels to keep themselves and their livelihood going. That's not been the case for me. I've always been okay with being okay with my own space, doing things in my own time, and because of my work I have not been working, and I have not had too many negative effects from that. So I'm the one who's reaching out to my friends going, do you want to do this movie night? Do you want to hang out? Do you want to play a game? Do you want to meet up online? Like, I'm free on this day. Do you want to do it this day? And getting the response back that they're too busy. And that's so alien to me, because particularly in my current job, like during the summer I just disappear. I'm just gone. I'm working 15 hours a day every single day. And on my days off I'm just unconscious. And so like coming back to this world where I'm like, I want to, like, the FOMO is real. I want to be invited to do things, and usually I want to be invited to do things and people say, oh, we're doing something. I'm like, I can't because I'm working, or I can't because whatever. And to be in the other shoe where I'm like, I want to be there, I want to participate, but then I'm so worried about when I'm there because of who I am as a person. I'm quiet and I just want to sit in the corner and just be there. And I want to be the one who's not drinking at the house party. I want to be the one in the corner with a cup of tea and just, or, you know, with a book, or and that's not that I don't want to be there and I don't want to be with part of the ambience, but, you know, when banter's happening and there's innuendo and the conversation's flowing and it's hilarious, but I don't feel right participating in it. When I do try and participate in it, I either feel untrue to myself, like I'm not being myself and being true to myself and my, you know, his like ridiculously old-fashioned sense of propriety, which is just so dumb, because I do like banter. I love Cards Against Humanity. I love being a sasspot when I'm really comfortable, but it takes a lot of time to be really comfortable for me, particularly with large groups of people or with people that I'm not very familiar with, or if it's mixed company, which is such a strange term, but like if it's people of different generations or people from different cultures or genders, like I feel very uncomfortable breaching that gap into like more risque conversations. And so when those conversations are happening around me, I just feel like if I contribute, I'm stopping the flow, I'm sucking the life out of the conversation, or I am putting on a fake persona of myself to be more likable. And I want to be true to myself, and I want to be honest with myself and say, look, I'm just an introvert in the corner. And I don't want to do a disservice to myself by being dishonest, and I don't want to start any relationships from a place of putting on something that's not real to me when I am this prudish, mousy little person in the corner who's okay just being quiet and listening. But I don't want to not participate because FOMO is real. I want to be in there. And it's such a strange, hypocritical thing about being an introvert that I've just been thinking about the last 24 hours. It's stuck in my brain that I want to participate. I see the party happening. I see the craziness and the dancing. And this is, again, metaphorical craziness, dancing and drinking. Like, it's COVID. The parties that I'm witnessing are online situations where people are being crazy and partying and drinking. This is metaphorical. If we were in real life, it would be me watching a house party happening. What's happening in COVID is me seeing online interactions with people that I care about and people that I respect, who are having a great time and, you know, doing voice chats. And it's that weird disconnect as well when you get voice chats or video chats and you want to participate and you have that kind of wall between you. And this is also very strange for me because I've always compartmentalized my relationships. My D&D friends are my D&D friends, my family is my family, my internet friends have never ever crossed over into my IRL. I've never shared my Twitch account with any of my IRL friends, I've never shared my YouTube with any of my IRL friends, but because the only way to interact with my friends is digitally, I've let that line blur, which is fantastic in many ways, but then I'm treating my friends that I would normally talk to in person in the same way that I'm treating my friends that, or my acquaintances that I've only ever talked to in chat. And it's very positive in many ways, but it's a very challenging recalibration of my social skills, which I've never really had to think about before. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. I was just wondering if anyone out there had been feeling similarly, and just get it out of my head. But there we go. I'm going to try and post something to this channel at least once a month, maybe twice a month. I've got another video that I've filmed, but I've not done any editing on, so maybe at some point I'll edit that together to put up on the YouTube channel, maybe this month, hopefully. But I don't want to let this YouTube channel die because it's been here for a long time and it's part of my vocabulary. But at the same time, it's a very different place. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to put that out into the world, and if anyone has anything they want to respond to it about, go for it, and if not, be nice, and if not, go away. Yeah, I suppose be true to yourself is what people say, but sometimes that's really hard when you just want to be part of the fun, even if that's not necessarily who you are to have fun. I don't know if that made sense. Have a good night, guys, and I'll see you when I do. Bye!